Hey darlings, so I'm back with another video. Today I'm making shepherd's pie, or well, my version of shepherd's pie. Technically shepherd's pie has ground lamb or lamb chunks, but I'm making mine with ground beef. So let me show you where we're at. So first I've got some frozen vegetables. Generally I use mixed veggies, but I had peas and carrots, so that's what I'm using. So you can see it's just a small bag. I'm using beef stock to cook them in. So you're just going to pour in about half the carton initially. That way you can get that nice and warm. I'm also using some ground beef that your uncle fried up for me yesterday. So I'm going to take the ground beef that has been browned and drained, and I'm just going to pour it in with the peas and carrots. So what I'll probably do, since that's a little bit more, is I will add a little bit more of the broth. So now I'm about 3/4 of the container of broth. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of mix this together. And that way, that'll all heat up together. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and mix up some instant mashed potatoes. You can use the real stuff if you feel like it. If you want to take that extra step. The instant tastes fine to us, and they're very quick and easy. So I generally just heat up the water in my kettle and put it in there. I just kind of eyeball, but there is a recipe on the back of the box of instant potato flakes that will tell you kind of the ratios. Generally it's cup to a cup. So let me go ahead and turn on the kettle once it's heated, and I'll be right back. Okay, my loves, I am back, and so let me catch you up on what we're doing. Right here I've got about 2 cups of mashed potato flakes, maybe about 2.5. I've put in a couple of tablespoons of butter and about a 1/2 cup of milk. So what I'm going to do to that, to give it some flavor, is I'm going to add some of the broth, about half of what's left, and then I'm going to add the boiling water from my kettle. Okay, so you don't want to put too much liquid in there yet until you know how well it's going to mix. So I have my whisk, and you can see that it's already absorbed all that water, and there is still some that's dry, so we're going to add some more water right now. Remember, it's always easy to add more water, but if you somehow end up with really runny potatoes, just add a few more flakes until it gets to a consistency that you'll be able to spread, because you're going to put it on top of the filling. So the filling, right now, I've added some parsley flakes to it, and I'm about to add the other seasonings. So I have some of the umami seasoning because we like it. I also have some garlic powder, some onion powder, and some beef bouillon to really get that beef flavor in. This is one of those things that you will want to add a little bit and then taste it once you get it mixed in. And if you like the flavor, great. If you don't, add more. So remember, always start small and then you can add more to it. So this is continuing to get warm. We want it to do that. And then we will move on to the next steps. I'm going to finish the potatoes and then I'll be back. Okay, so I am back and my mashed potatoes are done. And I have salted and peppered them to taste. My mix is almost done. You can see the steam coming off of it, and it's getting close to boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on, oh, that's a big clump of seasoning. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the oven to 375. So now we're going to wait for that to boil, and then we will move on to the next step. Okay, my loves, I am back. So because I'm running out of space in my little pot here, I'm going to start pulling some of this out and kind of draining it over to the side and putting it into my pan. So at this point, it should be seasoned to your liking. If not, now's a great chance to taste it and give it more seasoning if you need to. So I'm just going to put a lot of these solids in. And that is looking very good, and it smells delicious. Okay, so now what I do at this point is I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on top.